I ask for the truth on behalf of Makalah Green. Is it Makalah Green? Concerning relationship issues, like wondering if she's going to end up getting married in the future. What's this about? What's this really about? I ask for the truth in the name of truth, and we ask for guidance and insight in the name of truth, right conduct, peace, love and non-violence. Blessed be to the truth always. And we just cut the deck. We place the top half, as you would say, on the bottom or underneath, or is that the bottom underneath? I don't know. We physically grabbed the top and moved it underneath, so maybe it was the first, but according to your philosophy it can be one or the other, I suppose. Putting that aside, of course, we're now going to deal out 3 cards from the top, because where the deck splits is where it's thought to be at its most energetic point, isn't it? So we'll draw 3 cards. We'll just put one there, which represents the past, then the present, and then the next one is the future. In this particular case, if you can see here, we've got the recent past, so you could call that the recent past influence, the present influence, and the immediate future influence, in the sense of the recent past and the immediate future are like a moon phase either side, aren't they? I suppose a moonth, as you could call it. So I suppose you could say from this new moon, which is tomorrow, or as near as damn it now, 3 days coming and 3 days going, as you would say. So it's around about now, this new moon to the last new moon. So between now and the last new moon, and then this from now to the next new moon. Let's establish what this question really is about. It seems as though we want to get married and we're not very happy because we can't, and nothing seems to be working out, and all this sort of thing. But what is it really about? Let's pull the first card out. Let's see what's been going on, what energy's been vibrating over the past 3 or 4 weeks or so, which could lead and give us a clue into what it is about. So there is the first card, as you can see, and that's the energy of the 9 of Pentacles. 9. We're all getting 9s today, aren't we? Only 2 readings in, and we're all getting 9s on the recent past. This is the 9 of Pentacles. 9 is the peak of magic, isn't it? Any number between 4 and 9, those are the numbers 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. They are to do with the element of water, mental and moral qualities. And of course, pentacles or discs or coins or whatever you want to put a spin on it there, that's to do with the element of earth. So you could say the watery part of earth, or mental and moral qualities of the physical vehicle, which is what earth is. In this particular case, the 9 of coins, Crowley calls the 9 of discs, which is in the Crowley Thoth Tarot. Crowley calls it the Lord of Happiness. Others tend to refer to it as harmony. But of course that's earthly harmony, in the sense of there's often it can be some sort of chemistry attached to it. Because this is a relationship type question, or based roughly on that, I get a sort of sense as there has been a peak of earthly, or in the sense fleshly, because flesh is earth, isn't it? It's the same thing really, isn't it, in that regard. I do sense as though there has been a touch of earthly or fleshly fleshly satisfaction there, but of course, as the questioner seems to question, is there going to be marriage yet? And I get a sort of sense as though there has been a recent relationship or a recent togetherness, but it's either been a one-night stand or it hasn't been a serious thing. And we all thought it was just there for just to have a bit of fun and whatnot. You know, it wasn't really to be serious. It's I suppose, the ability to seek happiness, which is, of course, the effect of happenings, not necessarily joy. That's a different thing. You can have joy even though you're as poor as a church mouse that's just been evicted from the belfry without any cheese and fallen off the balcony into a bowl of cat food. You can have joy if there's, say, been a birth in the family or a marriage or whatever. But in this particular case, it's to do with happenings. The effect of happenings is happiness, and happiness isn't joy, is it? And really, you're seeking marriage or you're seeking joy in your life when really all you've achieved is happiness. And so near and yet so far. You've found the harmony, you've found the chemistry, and yet you didn't find the joy. It didn't satisfy the soul, and that is because it's a fleshly thing, isn't it? I tend to be focusing here on like a purple mist, purple sort of giving that impression as though like a spiritual sort of feel to it, but nevertheless a confusion, spiritual confusion, you could call it, couldn't you? And that's, I suppose, in a way, that's what happiness is, isn't it? In a way, it's a delusion or a misconception. Then I suppose is the right word. In the sense that we think we've found joy when all we've done is found happiness because of what has happened to us. We could win millions on the lottery, couldn't we, or something like that, and we'd find happiness, but it wouldn't buy. It wouldn't buy happiness, would it? We could be miserable in comfort, of course, but we couldn't buy happiness. We couldn't buy joy anyway. But we could be miserable in comfort. I want to see though what is going on right now in your at present for you here, because of this spiritual confusion, this achievement yet so near and yet so far, and it's such a shame, isn't it? Let's just flip the next card to see what its energy is. Here we've got the Two of Cups, I think. Let's just check. Yes, the Two of Cups. Yeah, that's the second one out tonight, isn't it? But for you, it's right now. The Two of Cups. Crowley calls the Two of Cups the Lord of Love. Partnership, nexus, whatever you want to call it there. It's two's company, three's a crowd. I get a sort of sense as though there is love there. Regardless of, yes, you've found happiness, you've found harmony, there's been chemistry going on there, and now there is love. But, of course, they won't marry you. They won't go that far. There's love, I suppose, maybe love in the sense that you love them but they don't love you, or vice versa, or both, I don't know. But I'm sort of getting this, it's there but it isn't, it's there but not enough. They're not there but it isn't, but it's there but not enough to commit to. I'm focusing on all these stars here, although you've got the green sort of mist there, which is the green of the heart chakra, I'm sure, but nevertheless there's the confusion there, as is the beginning of any relationship or any partnership. I'm focusing on the stars in the background, as if there are lights that shine, but they are in the fog. Their light can't be seen clearly. They can be seen, but you can't quite see what's emitting that light. As if, I'm getting as if it's like more than one partner. Maybe you're in love with more than one and you don't know which one because you fell out with all of them or most of them or whatever it is throughout your time. and they're all there sort of beckoning you back, and it's, do I go back to them or do I start something new? But it's as if you are in love, but you don't know with whom or with what, or in what way. And there's a hell of a lot of confusion going on here from a spiritual point of view, because you've deluded yourself or confused yourself into thinking that earthly satisfaction, sexual satisfaction, is spiritual, and it isn't. And that's the confusion, isn't it? The peak of magic from an earthly point of view is yes, there's harmony, happiness. There's been that recently, but it'll add to this. Yes, love, but what form of love? What form of partnership even? I'm sort of getting this sort of partnership. As if there is something there, but it's in the mist, and there are other partners who are there also. We're part of it, and you don't know who your partner's to or with anymore. Maybe none of them. Maybe you've been that fussy that you just end up with nothing, and that fussy and striving for perfection that you just end up with nothing. I want to see, though, do you end up with nothing, or what? What's the immediate future? What is held just in the immediate future for you there? Let's just see what this card is. As you can see there, you've got the King of Wands. Notice there in the background there's yes, a lot of a mist cloud, something blurred, not so much in the mist but blurred, a blurred image, isn't it? I suppose a bit like when I stick my finger to there, everything goes blurred in the background, but it's in focus in the foreground, isn't it? And it's that sort of thing, and then things come back into focus again there. I'm sort of locused on in this particular case, although this isn't really a traditional tarot deck as such. I'm focusing on the eyes of the cat there staring at the candle. Candle staring, of course, as a form of meditation anyway, but it's as if you're trying to focus on that. The King of Swords, the King of Wands, correction, is the fiery part of fire, of course. In this particular case, it's focusing on knowledge and books, which I suppose really is more of a swords and more of an airy energy. But maybe the air, then you need air to keep the flame burning, don't you? So maybe you need knowledge to keep the flame alive, and maybe that's what it is. You're resting or whatever on knowledge. You're resting, or you will be resting on knowledge. And that will keep the flame going. The knowledge of what, though? Is this positive knowledge, negative knowledge? What is this? This knowledge, what flame, what energy? See, fire is energy, isn't it? The spirit to the south, where the sun transits the meridian, transits the zenith, as you would say, is where it's the sun is at its strongest point. So it's thought to be to do with the element of fire, to do with energy. East, south, west, north, space, energy, time, matter. In the sense that everything revolves around the matter, revolves around the earth, around the northern light, as you would say. I suppose if you go from this all the way through, it's earth, water, fire, isn't it? In the sense of east, west, south. So it's gone all the way and then come back again. But that doesn't mean anything. I'm just focusing on that. But in the particular sense that we're looking at here, from the recent harmony to the present, the present love that you've got there, the present partnership that there is, or was, or partnerships as seem to be, their lights are shining in the background there, blurred, and that blur is sort of like carrying on through there, isn't it? But you're staring at the candle that burns, but the flame, of course, only is burning off fuel, isn't it? Off the wax of the candle or whatever, and burns the wick in the candle or whatever. So it's fuelled by something, of course. What's it fuelled by in your case, though? What will it be fuelled by? You will end up with the knowledge. You will, of course, the books symbolising the knowledge. Maybe, of course, with them being closed books, they could be secrets as well. Because unless you open the book, you don't know what's inside. And you're noticing there the triquetra, the symbol of the goddess there, seems to be prominent. But the eyes of the cat is staring there. You're familiar there, the black cat. Now, it's a black cat in the sense of black as darkness, in the sense of protection. As if you're seeking some form of protection by looking at the candle. As if the candle or the flame protects the energy that will burn, the energy that will vibrate in the next 3-4 weeks or so between now and the next new moon will provide some form of knowledge, some form of secret knowledge, in the sense of you know who it was. But it's not necessarily who it is or who it will be, but you will know of who they were, who it is, or who they were, and that flame is trying to keep it alive by the energy of maybe the memory or the knowledge of it keeps that flame burning. But it doesn't, though, does it, in a way? But the king there will try and energise it, the fiery part of fire. Will try and keep it energised, and you will try and energise it and keep it going. But will it be kept going, or is this just more a flame or energy that's been fuelled by knowledge alone, by memories, even by just the book? The book providing just more knowledge in the sense of more of a journal, more of just a diary or a journal or a log of what's happened, as opposed to what is about to happen. And all that is about to happen is that all you can do is read from that book or delve into those secrets that are in the book, and they're your secrets. And you can watch the flame burn, but when the flame is burnt out, when the candle has gone out, that is when the time is up. So is that a candle clock even? Are you just watching time burn away until eventually maybe time will run out for you? I don't know. But I'm sort of getting between now and this time, between now and the next new moon, time it's just a case of watching time burn away, as if it's focusing more on the memories of what were. Not so much the memories of what could be, because you don't create memories of what can be. Wanting to know about marriage, is the marriage? No, there isn't. There's no marriage, but there's memories of what could have been, of marriages that could have been, but they're all there right now. They're all there right now. The partnership with all the partners that are there, but they're not there because they're... And it's so sad, isn't it? It's so sad, and yet at the end of the day, there's so much hope, because the potential for it to happen again, maybe, but all you can do is wallow in the memories of what was, because it's all that you know. The past is certain. We know, for however dark or light it may have been, however confusing it may have been, confusing in the sense of the confusion, confusing earthly satisfaction with spiritual desires in that sort of regard, getting happiness, a chemistry, getting some form of harmony from that, yes, physical harmony, but of course falling in love with what, with whom, which star shines the brightest in the mist, in the green mist of the heart chakra. Which star shines the brightest there? Which one can you see? Or do they all shine? Are they all shining just as bright, but the mist of one's heart chakra, or the mist of one's confusion is just enough? This is where it leads on, and then all you can do is have the memories of what were. And we're going round in circles here, aren't we? We're going round in circles, but all you can do is hope and pray that one day, not now, not for the next month or so, but maybe later. But for now, these cards have spoken.